What's going on, YouTube? J-Flesh Tanks. Long time no talk. Some of you guys on Instagram have seen what I got going on. I've been taking some photos, just messing around, honestly, with some tanks. Honestly, that's what I'm doing right now with this rack. So this rack has 4 10s on top, a 40 breeder, and then 4 10s on the bottom, 2 this way, 2 the other direction. These ones are all going this way. I guess I'll go over what I got going on. I've just been messing around with some certain types of fish. These guys are called Japanese blue endlers. As you can see, there's that's the male, big female, and then I don't know if it'll pick it up, but there is a boatload of fry up through there. You can kind of see some through there. Just messing around with some guppy grass. There's a bunch of mosses and stuff in this tank. Pool filter sand, and then I got a bunch of baby bushynose plecos. He just went underneath the piece of driftwood. Here's one right here. This tank, as you can see, has got a boatload of bibotus, some guppy grass, whole bunch of moss, and these are a live bearer. Here, let's see if I can. Right there's the name of them. It's not gonna. Doesn't want to pick it up. I'll put the link in the description of the name of them though. This one right here, I had a male and a female. The male died in the bag on the way home from the auction. I got 3 of these guys. They're all males, which is unfortunate, but I'm just messing around with them. They're really cool, man. They're very personable. I'll put these guys in a different tank over time, and hope I can pick up one of these, the male for this one. Like I said, bunch of baby bushynose plecos in there. This tank has, they're called Albino Red Swordtails. You can see a female back there. I'll walk around on the other side. Same thing, bunch of moss, bunch of guppy grass. Running sponge filters on all these DIY sponge filters. You can see the male back there, hopefully. And both the females are ready to go, so got to find some place for their fry. This tank, some multis. Eyeballing me. He's thinking about diving into that shell is what he's thinking about doing. Like the one over there. There's 3 of them in there. These guys are going to go into a bigger tank. I'll show you that here in a little bit. This tank, this 40 breeder, bunch of just bibotus and a bunch of like weird like tiles and clay. But if you look down through here, if I were to pick these up, there's full grown bushynose plecos. There's one just basic male brown, one male albino, and then 2 female albinos and 2 female just your basic browns. And then there's a subspecies of the kribs. I have them upstairs, and they're the male and female. I'll show you in another video. They're not just your basic kribs. These guys are phenomenal looking, and I got a bunch of wigglers upstairs. These guys, there's 5 real young juveniles in here somewhere. And this tank, I mean, I'm gonna aquascape to a point on a lot of these tanks. This is just, they're up. I need the tank space. I'll get around to aquascaping them, pool filter sand it all. This will have better lighting. These are just some random LEDs I had laying around. So wisteria, big thing of bibotus, bunch of guppy grass. I wish I could find these little dudes for you guys. They're in here. Believe me when I say they're in here. They're in here, and they're, like I said, there's 6. There's a big female right there. And there, you see him down here in the corner. That's the subspecies of the kribs, way more colorful. I'll show you the males. They're in actually a display tank, but there's a whole bunch of wigglers in there, and they're defending them with their life in a community tank. Down here, we got some marble crayfish. They're battling out right now. I got to get them some PVC tubing, and I got to substrate this and everything. They're just digging around. Sponge filter right there. That one I actually picked up at an auction. I thought it was a different looking box filter in the corner, so I just picked it up to try it out. This tank has a different species of shell dwellers, which is right here. Oh, so you can get you can look that guy up. I'm not even gonna pronounce it. They get, from what I've read, they get decent size. These guys are gonna go into a bigger tank, which I will show you in a minute. But there's some dudes hanging out down there. A bunch of new shells, and like I said, I got a substrate. This is just a temporary holding tank for these dudes. So that's that side. Walk around. This will be going here pretty soon. I just gotta I gotta mount the two footer pieces so this, you know, slides down, bolt it all together. I already got the 40 breeder in there. This tank down here, it's filthy. These are called porthole livebearers, and these are really cool to watch, man. I got to get them in more of an area that is visible, and obviously clean this shit up. So I normally don't show a tank like this with water spots and everything, but I just put a glass lid on there and spilled some water on the glass. But these guys are called porthole livebearers, native to North America, like Mexico area. You can look them up. They have even the little, like the young ones have little dots on their side. These are really fun to watch. I'm actually really giddy on these, and there is some albino bushynose babies in here as well. This this was totally impulse. I was at the fish store, and my son noticed all these fry, and he's like, let's get them. They're convict fry, of all things, of course. But they were gonna actually just throw them out, and I figured it'd be a cool little project for him to let them grow up and watch them get bigger. So obviously there's like probably 15 of them. Let's see if I can. They're gonna have to go into a bigger tank, of course. But for right now, they're just baby fry. So mess around with them for a while and let a few of the adults grow up and put them in a bigger tank. All this wires and shit is gonna get cleaned up here in a few minutes. I'm gonna wrap everything down into like PVCs and everything, so there's no wires. I gotta mount this still, so there's still a mess. Air driven pump is this guy right here. Coral Life Super Luff pump. It's decent, man. It's pumping all these tanks. Every one of them have air, and this 40 breeder has double air, and I still have plenty of see there, you can see those dudes right there. There's 5 of those guys in there, and I'll show you the adults. This is not doing them justice, man. The adults are phenomenal. There's the DIY sponge filters. I'll show you how I made those at a later date. And like I said, all this crap, next time I show this stuff, you won't see all this. I have polycarbonate lids that I have cut for everything else. They suck. I hate them. They look like garbage, and I'm not going to have them. So as you can see, glass lids are going on all these tanks. I got these 3 going. Ordered the 40 breeder one because they didn't have them, and I'll go pick up the other ones for those top 4 10s eventually. LED spotlight, you guys know it well. LED spotlight, T5 NO fixture just on that tank. This is, like I said, some random eco exotic LEDs I had laying around, but this is all going to be LED'd. And then this is a 216 watt T5 HO, which is too much light for these guys, obviously, but like I said, everything is going to go to LEDs. I'm not going to mess around with wattage and everything. I'm growing on this rack really low light plants, so it'll all go to LEDs. Everything will be replaced with one strip light. And I saw these at Costco. I don't know, if you don't know what Costco is, it's a huge, like, you got to pay to shop there kind of grocery store. And they got these LED shop light for like 35 bucks. I think they're like 5,500 Kelvin, and I'm gonna try those. I'll let you guys know. I saw them, turn them on and everything. They look really cool, so interested to see what those could do over, like I said, these polycarbonate filled lids, man. I know a lot of people DIY them, and a lot of reputable guys DIY their lids, and they work. They are retaining some of the moisture down in this room, as you can see on the top of that lid, but they look like shit, and I'm not going to have that. It just looks terrible. Everything's going to be pretty cleaned in this room for sure. Like I said, everything will be uniform LED lighting. Everything will have pool filter sand, properly scaped. Wires and stuff will be put away, and everything's going to have glass lids. Like I said, these do have a purpose. I did the whole tank. I did every single one of these tanks for 20 bucks. So I totally get why people do it. I'm just not going to. I'm going to spend the extra dollars and get glass lids because it just looks better. This will be 40 breeder, 40 breeder, and then 4 10s across the top, just like this. Over here in this mess of stuff will be my 125 reef. Well, it's not a reef, it's 125 saltwater predatory tank that I already have the fish. If you've seen it on Instagram, they're sitting in my 40 long. I'm still cycling the 125, and then I'm gonna have to recycle it because I'm gonna move it down here, and that'll be on that wall, 125. I got a couple triggers and stuff that are gonna go in that tank. I'll make a video of that. I got and that the cabinets that will go in that 125 saltwater tank will be 2 triggers. I already own. These are fish I already have. I'll show you them eventually. Got a Korean angel, a Singapore angel, and an arc eye hawkfish, which I know the 125 is not gonna be big enough over time. But for right now, we're talking they're little babies, man. I could put them in a 10-gallon. They'd be fine. So I'll show you those guys. I'll show you the guys' parents of these guys, which some wigglers, and then in this tank, just got it up and running in that 29-gallon, 20 long. These will be 29-gallon, 20 long. These will be for the shell dwellers. These are going to be the ones that I can't pronounce that get bigger, and that'll be for the multis down there. I'm just letting it cycle. It's got crushed coral. So that's where I'm at, guys. It's good to make a video. I miss you guys. I still watch your videos. I just haven't really been making videos. I'm gonna get back into it. So let me know what you think. Later.